All right, here we go.
Sound the horn!
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Hey, it's Nat Westo from the 6AX Classic Brekkie. We've wrapped up another week.
We
you know
have,
what that
mate.
means? It's another podcast.
Oh, of course. I'll be able to listen to the podcast whilst washing my car, because you know I've got a new car.
I've heard.
Yeah. So it's an EV, so I'm taking great pleasure just driving past the Caltex service station up the road from me and waving. But I actually washed it yesterday, which of course meant that it rained. And if that wasn't bad enough, I'm coming to work this morning, headlights on, bugs. Squished.
Bugs.
All over the front.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to wash it again because I'm still in that honeymoon period where I don't mind washing the car.
Well,
How long do you give it?
I think we discussed
should we run a
this.
book?
I think no more than 30 days.
Okay, well, I think that's being generous. I don't think I'll be rubbing it down as often as that.
I've got to say, it's probably because, you know, my car's at 2007. I've had it since 2013. The last time I washed it, it's got to be over a year.
You are a disgusting example of a human being.
But if I wash it, it's just going to get dirty again straight away. And honestly, I think maybe it's the dirt that holds it together, so I don't want to risk it.
Hey, while we're talking about disgusting people and disgusting habits, our boss, Tim.
Yeah.
What a grot. Something happened to me this week, which I will reveal very, very soon. But we're also talking about me getting caught in my onesie.
Oh.
That was a bit of an issue.
Yeah, good times.
Taxidermying your pets. Would you do it? Have you done it?
No, I haven't done it. Probably wouldn't.
We took your calls. And also emails. Can we be a little bit careful with what we're naming our children? You found a story online about emails, which are a tad embarrassing for the kids.
Don't just think about like how that first name sounds. Just maybe have a look at how it would maybe come across in a corporate email.
And guess what else?
What?
Your favourite song, which of course is Heart. All I want to do is make love to you before we actually knew what the lyrics were. I love that song.
I always knew what the lyrics were, and I have always thought it was questionable, and I'm not the only one.
No, you're not. So we'll listen back to those calls as well.
I cite Anne Wilson of Heart as my first witness.
Yeah, what does she say?
Hideous.
Yeah, I thought she was talking about the show.
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Big weekend. Yesterday, the biggest morning tea for the Cancer Council for Piero's hair studio. That happened. Huge morning, and thanks to everyone who came along, especially some of our wonderful 6IX listeners, so thank you. But I was hosting. You want to look halfway decent.
Yeah.
I have to put more effort than I do when I roll into work every morning at 4. So out came the suit and the heels.
Wow.
And I thought, I'm going to need a fair bit of time in the morning. I'm going to need more than half an hour, which is my normal go-to. So I gave myself 2 hours. Get up at 6. I'll leave by 8, but knowing me, it's going to be 8:15. But 2 hours should be plenty. First thing I do, get up, double shot of coffee.
Double shot.
Serious. Shower, then I dry the hair. Then I put the makeup on. Then I'm like, let's go for special hairdo this morning. Let's curl the hair. I don't have those genes that hairdressers have. I can't manipulate things. You know, like my wrist doesn't go the right way and I'm looking in the mirror and it's all backwards. It's very confusing.
Oh, it's terrible.
As you would know.
Yeah.
But I did it. It took me a hell of a long time, but I had my curls going on. I started out like Shirley Temple. After about an hour, all the curls kind of dropped and I ended up looking like Britney Spears after a night out. All I needed was the umbrella to start swinging around.
And the DUI.
And the
knives.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. At 10 to 8, I thought, right, I'll have a long black and I'll take it on the road with me. So that's another 2 shots of coffee.
Ooh.
Then I realised, looked down at my hands and I'm like, I haven't put my nails on. So I had raw nails.
Oh.
I don't know if this has ever happened to you, Westo. Have you ever tried gluing nails on quickly?
Can't say that I haven't tried gluing them on at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite hard when you're doing it quickly. It's even harder when you've just had 4 shots of coffee. My hands are shaking like I'm on day 2 of a 10-step program. There's glue all over the kitchen stone bench. Actually, I haven't told Chris about that. The nails, they're not sort of going on properly. So some of them are going on upside down because there's different sides to it. Then they're sort of skewy. And then my fingers on the other hand have got the glue that are fixing the nails on the left hand. So my hand's sticking virtually to my other hands. I got out probably about 8:15, so I wasn't too bad. I thought, right, I look okay. They're all stuck on. Yes, some are upside down, some are crooked. But it was a disaster. But they look fabulous. And as I'm driving along, I'm looking at my nails.
You should be looking at the road, but yeah.
But I'm looking at the nails because they're pretty. I get into the Biggest Morning Tea yesterday and I'm saying hello to everyone. Then I open up the event. And as I've got my lectern with my notes and stuff, I banged my hand on the lectern and I hear this ping. My thumbnail spins around, goes flying off straight into the crowd. Luckily, the fella it was heading for was wearing PPE. He had glasses on and he had the reflexes of a ninja. And I'm like, mate, I'm so sorry.
It's a souvenir.
Could I grab my nail back, though, because I'll glue that back on. So I don't know if I'll be doing next year's Biggest Morning Tea. I have a feeling like the insurance policy may be too expensive.
Nat and Westo, the only way to start your morning. The Classic Breakfast on 6AX.
We're doing a little survey today. And it all comes off the back of something that I heard on the radio the other day. Our man Tim, who comes on after 9, off the back of a certain song, I hear him saying this.
Oh, there's hearts on Perth's Forever Classic 6IX. I may have mentioned before, Craig Weston from the Classic Breakfast, with Nat and Westo. That's one of his favourite songs ever. He's probably got it turned up really loud in the car right now as he drives home.
And what song was he talking about?
Now I know this is one of the songs that you hate.
Absolutely.
Because what people have to understand is between songs we're often talking, but the music's on in the background.
We're doing stuff.
But whenever that song comes on, you turn down the monitors so we don't actually get to hear it whatsoever. I love the song because I'm one of those people, I don't actually listen to lyrics.
Exactly right. So
I just listen to all I want to do is make love.
And that's the part everyone hears. Isn't that
It's
beautiful?
lovely.
It's a love song. Yeah, okay.
It's lovely.
So let's discuss. These are the lyrics. And this is from a guy called Robert John, nicknamed Mutt Lang. Shania Twain's ex. But AC/DC, Back in Black, Highway to Hell, he produced those albums. He's done Def Leppard, Foreigner, The Cars, Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis, Billy Ocean, Celine Dion, Britney Spears. The guy, he's up there with the all-time sort of great producers and songwriters. This one he wrote. You listen to the lyrics. It's a rainy night when he came into sight, standing by the road, no umbrella, no coat. So he's just like
cold.
Random guy just out in the road. So I pulled up alongside, I offered him a ride. He accepted with a smile. So we drove for a while. I didn't ask him his name. So she doesn't even know this guy's name. She's picked him up, hasn't asked his name, let alone his medical records. He's just hitchhiking.
Is she just doing a good deed, maybe?
Well, yeah, but there's a random guy cruising around the streets in the dark. You don't know who he is. You haven't even asked his name. Now all I want to do is make love to you. I'll go back to what I said before.
Oh, okay.
You don't know his name, let alone...
Well, maybe get his name before
Right.
we get handsy.
Before you make magic that night, he did everything right. In the morning when he woke, all I left him was a note. And she just...
So they've done the do.
Right.
And then she's just disappeared.
Scarpered. And here's the note. I told him, I am the flower, you are the seed. We walked in the garden, we planted a tree. That's just like bad Year 9 poetry. And then, after she's picked him up, we found this hotel. It was a place I knew well. So she's done this before.
Oh.
This hotel, which I'm assuming you pay for by the hour.
She's a dirty girl.
Right. And then, as it comes to pass, then it happened one day we came round the same way. You can imagine his surprise when he saw his own eyes. She's had a baby.
It's his kid.
And then she says, please understand, I'm in love with another man, and what he couldn't give me, was the one little thing that you can. So she's picked up a random, she doesn't know his name, she doesn't know his medical history. She's chosen to spend the night with him in intimate fashion at a hotel she knows well because she's done it before. She's then impregnated by said man, doesn't tell the father who's a husband or a partner or whatever, doesn't tell him the paternity of this child, hides it from this other guy who's just walking around happily, doesn't even know he's got a kid until he sees her and goes, hang on, that baby looks like me.
But hang on. He obviously didn't have an issue with getting jiggy. And IVF is very expensive. Okay? And this is going back a few years. It's not like warning.
This is 1990. We've all just been terrified by the Grim Reaper advertising campaign because AIDS is killing people left, right and centre.
Excuse me. He obviously wasn't that tormented by the advert because he's done the doo-doo and obviously unprotected.
Just saying.
So you're having a bit of a go at her.
Wrong on all
counts. But let's
counts.
think about the bloke walking down the street.
Wrong on all counts.
Takes two to tango,
Before
mate.
we put it out there, is this song hideous or not? Let's go to the source, the band, Heart, an interview that they conducted. The one who had to sing it and has to continue singing it live, Ann Wilson, had this to say.
You're a hitchhiker. I don't know you, so let's get in the car and exchange fluids and now get out. I mean, That's hideous.
Obviously, Nancy in the background thinks it's very funny. Andrew from Langford, you for or against? Is the song hideous or what?
Definitely no banger, pardon the pun. Has this woman never heard of a sperm donor? Could have picked up some Miranda off the street. What a minger.
Do you know what? We do not hear that word enough on the radio.
Minger.
So you're not a fan of the song nor the meaning behind it, Andrew, I'm picking up?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, good. Resounding no. Love it.
Sorry, let me get this straight. You're not a fan of the song?
No, not in the slightest. Dave from Cloverdale?
I love the song.
Have you ever listened to the lyrics before?
No, I just enjoy it and jig along with it. The skeleton stops, but the body keeps jigging.
I think that's the funniest thing you've ever said.
That child is now 36.
Yeah.
Think of the alimony they've missed out on.
But
Yeah,
she didn't
well-
ask for that. All she wanted was his seed.
That's right.
Or she got that and more, didn't she?
But he got what he wanted out of the deal, surely.
He wanted to get out of the rain. If you think about him not having a raincoat, that,
literally.
that has two different meanings, doesn't it?
Yes.
Alan in Swanview, is the song hideous or not?
I know what you're saying. I like the tune.
I mean, I don't listen to the lyrics, Al. I just sing
Oh,
along to the chorus.
Yeah, that's right. I like the tune of it, but find out what it's all about.
I know, it's a bit of a shock, mate.
Yeah,
I'm
you find out
shell-shocked,
it's-
mate.
Nat just makes up her own lyrics to most songs anyway.
You find that she's a naughty girl.
She's a very, very naughty girl.
Yeah.
But like I say, Alan, IVF is very expensive.
Yeah, oh well.
I think the bloke got what he wanted anyway, so everyone's happy.
Yeah, that's right. If they're happy, well, that's good.
Absolutely. Don't go hitchhiking anywhere, Alan, will you, Dale?
Talking about the dubious lyric content of one Heart song, all I want to do is make love to you. Quickly before we hit the phones for one last call, Christine says here, I don't mind the song. I thought it was because her hubby was in a wheelchair and couldn't give her a child because she wanted one, so she went out to get what she wanted with her hubby's consent. She has no idea where she came up with this scenario, but obviously subscribes to the same school of lyrics as you, as in, don't listen to them, make up what you want. Let's get to the phones. Angela from Dongara.
It sounds like you're in the car, Angela. You're not looking around for hitchhikers in Dongara, are you?
Well, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. No, I'm not.
Not looking to procreate at all, then?
No, not really.
How you feeling about the Heart song, all I want to do is make love to you?
Well, you know what? If a bloke had sung it, it would be acceptable.
Would it? Picking up some random girl on the street and then ditching her after one night.
Well, that doesn't happen all the time?
Absolutely. Isn't that what used to happen and still does?
I'm in Angela's camp here. Yeah, if it was a guy, we wouldn't be making such a big hoo-ha. But the fact that she wanted him to give her a baby, but she's already got another bloke at home, but she's doing it out of love. Am I right, Angela?
Absolutely. And she's doing it as a window shopper. She picked one and she took what she wanted.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
You hear that and you know what's coming, don't you?
Bit of X-File action. We talking aliens, mate?
Yeah, it's not the fluke man or, like all those.
I love the X-Files, which is why my dog is named Dr. Scully.
Picklesworth the Third, isn't it?
Yes.
Full name. So, here we go. I love when these stories come out. First of all, there's a new video. UFO files reveal chilling footage of glowing 8-pointed star drifting across sky, which apparently happened several years back. I looked at the footage and I went, well, that looks like something out of a 1950s science fiction film. It honestly looks like it's just dangling on a piece of string and they're sort of waving it around and they've put a few crosshairs and stuff.
Why do they always have bad cameras?
Oh, yeah.
Can somebody not take a decent video of aliens?
Or the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot.
Or, when people do things wrong in stores, like they steal in stores or they steal cars. Why is it so grainy? You can't see people's faces. It's 2026. Get it together. Just do better.
So anyway, back to the
you.
story. So it always intrigues me because, Barack Obama came out recently saying, like, well, he hasn't had access to the files. He hasn't seen any aliens. He hasn't been in Area 51, but he's a believer. J.D. Vance also said, well, he's a believer, but aliens are demons.
Oh, okay.
So that took a weird turn. Yeah. This is from a former Advanced Aerospace Weapon System Applications Program advisor and a CIA-funded researcher who is a Stanford-trained quantum physicist.
Okay, so he's pretty smart.
Pretty smart.
Probably a little bit smarter than JD.
Pretty up there. He has come out on record just last week saying that the US has recovered 4 distinct species of extraterrestrial life forms from crashed UFOs. He does go on to say people who have been involved in recoveries have said there are at least 4 types, 4 separate types
of alien.
Yeah, he's 89, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. And he does go on to say, no, I've not had direct access, but I believe the people who I talk to.
So what are they?
I'm looking at artwork of them now.
There's the grey men.
That's one of them. Yeah. They've all got 2 arms and 2 legs, and they all look sort of humanoid, apart from the lizardy, insecty ones.
You know, the ones that look human, they're so we don't get scared.
You should be scared, because the one that they've got here, if you've watched Game of Thrones, they look like the White Walkers. They're called the Nordics, and they're very Scandinavian. And then there's the reptilians, scaly-skinned lizard people. Well, that's the Illuminati. That's all the people in control of the world. It doesn't matter if it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden. They're all meant to be lizards, aren't they?
Shed their skins.
The Kennedys, the royal family. There's the Greys that you talked about. They're really popular. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, that sort of stuff. And then the insectoids. They sometimes call them mantids because they look a bit like a praying mantis.
Now, they scare me. Because I'm scared of praying mantis anyway. So if they were like huge versions coming to give me a probe, that would make me even more terrified.
I don't think it would matter who's on the end of the probe.
I mean, you say that.
I'm becoming a bit obsessed. They've done that artwork and they're all lined up next to each other, particularly with the Nordic, with all the long flowing blonde locks. When you put them all together, particularly the weird outfits, all of this reminds me of an event which has just come to a close. The strange outfits and particularly the Nordic representation. These 4 together, they just look like a really, really weird, or is that actually just a typical Eurovision Song Contest entry?
Making every morning a classic. Nat and Westo, the classic breakfast on 6AX.
Fresh is best at Woolies, Westo. I don't know if you've seen this recent story, but it could be their newest fresh produce TV campaign. That is, of course, if you are looking for a tree frog in your bag of lettuce. So it happened in Esperance. Billy and Laura, they found a frog in their flatmate's bag of Woolworths lettuce. You got to be really careful because you know I love to buy markdown items.
Oh, yeah.
The flatmate has gone straight to the salad section and they've got this bag of salad for $1.15.
Bargain.
You know, that is a bargain. That's less than half price. Billy and Laura have put up this TikTok video showing the frog in the lettuce bag.
I mean, that is fresh.
It's approved by the frogs. Their TikTok video has been viewed by almost 5 million people. They've named the frog Greg. I'd like to point out at this point in time that no Gregs were harmed in the making of their TikTok video. But they don't seem too bothered. They're a pretty easygoing kind of couple. I mean, in the US, this would have resulted in a lawsuit, no doubt. But good to know that Woolies has said all this not happened before. We're checking all our bags of lettuce and we've launched an investigation. I think it's actually a bit of a bonus, $1.15. What with keto, high protein, low carb, they're putting protein in cereals, yogurts. I saw it in coffee the other day. Protein added to your coffee. Now they're adding protein into your lettuce. Let's hear the recent interview with Esperance couple Billy and Laura discussing the frog situation.
It was just chilling in the bag. Lucky the bag had a few holes in it and plenty of pastures to graze on. I was enjoying it.
Honestly, it was hilarious. We were all screaming about it, having a laugh.
Not every day you get to see that.
What did you name it?
Greg.
What did you do with the frog?
We released him, we got him out of the plastic and we set him free with his little snack of lettuce. We lived close to a dam. He was able to get next to the water.
So we'd give him a wee send-off tune and we played Crazy Frog for him.
Ding, 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 ding.
The classic breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
Oh, mate, how cold was it yesterday?
In, what, here?
Well, cold in here because the air conditioner
was set to Arctic.
It warms us up in summer and then cools us down in winter.
It's purely logic.
Well, that's what you get when you buy your air conditioning unit from Temu. Anyway, it was very cold yesterday. So cold that when I got home, I pulled on my fluffy bed socks and my fluffy pink and grey zip-up onesie with the hood. So the zip starts at the neck and then it goes all the way down to the crotch, like the little toddlers have and the babies. But sadly, no back flap. I think they should start making adult onesies with the button-down back flap.
Didn't they used to make those back in the day? I remember seeing them in sort of the old school cartoons. People that wear their long johns and they'd have a back flap. Mm.
Well, I think our grandpa had one in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Right.
Because I know that old bloke never got out of the bed, and when he did, he had one of those on.
Yep.
I pull my onesie on and I'm snug as a bug in a rug, and I'm waddling around the house looking very much like a bloated Teletubby. And at moments like that, you think, oh, geez, I've done well on my fitness regime. I think I'm looking smoking hot. And then you pull on your onesie, and that's a bit of a slap in the face as you walk past the mirror. It is right up there with a wetsuit. And I hate those people that go diving and still look sexy in their wetsuit. Me, on the other hand, I look like a humpback whale. It's all going very well. I'm having a deliciously relaxing Monday afternoon. I'm watching TV. I'm sitting on the sofa. I'm sipping a cup of tea, then another cup of tea, and then I think I had a protein shake as well. And I was watching TV and I must have dozed off because, you know, when you wake up with a start, I woke up thinking, oh, I really need the toilet rather quickly. So I jump up off the couch and I go into the toilet. And do you think I could get the zip down? No, sir. Simple answer. I could not get the zip undone on my $20 Best and Less onesie. And things were getting a little bit desperate. And you know me, I do what's known as the jiggle.
The jiggle.
I do it constantly here because I need to go to the toilet. So I'm a foot away from the toilet, but I'm still donned in my onesie with the jammed zip. Things were getting a little bit uncomfortable at that time.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And it's at the point in time that the onesie now has to go, and I'm just not convinced that the Salvation Army actually want this particular item donated.
Nat and Westo, the only way to start your morning. The Classic Breakfast on 6AX.
Today's topic of discussion is taxidermy. There's some interesting photos on our Facebook page.
You'll see a radio flyer. They're those little trolleys.
Oh, kids' trolley things.
Kids' trolley things. It's bright red. But on it is a taxidermied cat, which has been nicknamed the Frankenstein cat.
Yeah.
So a Florida art teacher, it wasn't her pet. She found a deceased cat on the road, picked it up, took it home, and thought, I'm going to turn this into a taxidermied cat. But it all went horribly wrong.
Well, she'd never done it before.
Never done it before. And then she did what I do. Not that I've ever tried this, but she was looking up YouTube videos on how to. Apparently you can learn how to taxiderm on YouTube. I mean, who would have thought? It's not an attractive looking cat, but she's put it on this little trolley type situation. She's got him in a tree on the couch.
It looks about twice as long as a normal cat. It's accidentally stretched while she was doing it, and the fur was peeling off, so she tried to stick that back on. She stuffed it with coat hanger wire.
I mean, if you're going to do it, leave it to the professionals. I don't think that's something that you should be Googling and following instructions on how to taxiderm.
It's hideous. I don't know if it's laughing or screaming and saying, please help me.
It's vile.
Eileen in Averley, have you had a pet stuffed? Would you ever have a pet stuffed?
Well, when I was growing up, we lived in London. We used to have this Alsatian that used to sit really proud in front of the fireplace. It took me ages to touch it. And I said to my mum, what's that? She goes, that's our dog. And I said, but we never had a dog. She goes, no, that's our dog. So I used to go up to it. I used to pat it. And I said, no, I want a real pet. So she got me a rabbit, and we called it Christine Keeler.
Let me get this straight. Your parents had an Alsatian German Shepherd. It was just a stuffed dog.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't want to have to pay out in pet insurance and dog food.
Well, maybe, eh?
What happened to the rabbit? Did she end up stuffing that as well?
Well, no. Oh, it was a beautiful pet.
Oh,
look. And so it used to hide behind the stuffed Alsatian?
It wouldn't go near it. Give it to strangers.
Eileen, how old were you when this was all happening?
Well, my mum died when I was 11, so 8 onwards.
Oh, my gosh. And years of therapy. Good Lord, I thought Eileen was going to say that the white rabbit ended up in the casserole dish.
I thought she was going to say that they had her mum stuffed. Let's go to High Wycombe. Shelley, have you had a pet stuffed, or would you ever?
Well, my son has. It wasn't a pet, it was a crayfish.
Well, you could have a pet crayfish. Homer Simpson had a pet lobster.
There must be some sort of story behind this, Shelley.
Well, he caught this crayfish and it was absolutely huge, and he couldn't bear to not keep it as a trophy. So He did it himself.
So he stuffed the crayfish. So he didn't think about, just taking the head and mounting it on the wall or something.
It's the whole thing.
Okay, so he caught this whopper of a crayfish. That's exciting in itself. I'm hoping he ate the flesh first.
Yeah, as you would.
You're not going to waste that, are you?
Mad if you don't.
And Shell, how did he go about stuffing it? Did he watch YouTube videos? How does one learn how to taxiderm a cray?
He investigated it somehow. I couldn't tell you how.
Did he stuff it with butter or something tasty?
Seafood sauce.
Yes. Wayne in Maylands, have you had a pet stuffed or would you ever?
I would, yes. My niece actually does taxidermy. She's got one of those old chest freezers at home full of animals she's doing.
I think we need to talk to your niece.
She gets people calling her to find animals on the side of the road, and she goes and gets them, or they bring them to her, and she stuffs them at home just for her own personal fun. She enjoys it. She would have 10 years ago when she was 14, I would have got to do my dog when he passed away.
Wow, whatever blows your hair back, mate. So would you get your dog done then?
Oh, yes, I would. Not now because we cremated him, but...
So back then, if you'd got your niece to taxiderm your dog, in what position would you have your dog placed?
I'd have to get him in one of the ones like would have got his photo with him standing and looking at me or looking at his ball, something, to be... Just one of the ways I remember him,
I'd just get mine in laying position so that I could pop her on the couch and then take her into the bed and then she can come in the car with me. It seems very comfortable.
Yours are too small, but I'd love to have one just curled up you could use as an ottoman. Craig from Spearwood, have you ever had an animal stuffed or would you?
There is absolutely no need for me to stuff my pets so that they become these little in memoriam statues. And I say that because I've got cats. And all they do is sit there and look at you like they're stuffed anyway.
Well, that's the joy of having a cat, mate. It's a bit different for a dog, though.
I know, but then if you go to pat this taxidermy thing and you run your hand over it and then it goes all the way up the tail and you break the tail off accidentally, what are you going to do? Glue it back together?
Yes,
you could,
of course.
and you've also got a toilet brush cleaner.
That's very good. That's
Thanks,
very
mate.
good. Have you had a pet taxidermied or would you, Seedy from Karratha?
No, this is not quite the same thing, but very similar. We had a house over the road from where I lived over in Victoria. It was a big mansion. They sold it. The person who bought it trashed it. When they dug the floorboards up, they found a mummified cat. So the young bloke in the house, he fell in love with this mummified cat and he wore it to a bad taste party, but he used it as a hat.
So it really was the cat in the hat.
Yeah. He took out the best door prize.
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Our names, they're crucial in life, aren't they? For so many reasons.
Pretty much, mate. Otherwise, things could get very confusing.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Bali and everyone's called G'day or Made.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Could do it. But sometimes they have an impact that's kind of unexpected, particularly in the modern world. So there's a woman who's gone viral on TikTok talking about this very thing, about when parents give their child a name, don't just think about how it sounds as a name. You've got to think about how it fits into the modern world. Oh. So she's just starting a new job and she's come across an issue in 2 previous jobs. This is a bit of what she had to say.
My name is Samantha Hart, and most companies use the email designation of first initial last name, meaning that my email would be Shart.
So...
Does she work for a manure company? Because that would be quite appropriate.
Shart is just an unfortunate follow-through.
Oh, no.
So she's had 2 jobs so far that had that email structure. And then HR approached her and said, oh, your name doesn't exactly fit our email structure. And she's like, well, yeah, can you fix it? Because I don't want an email that says Shart. So give me something else. So she's being proactive and reaching out to the new job before she gets this email.
Smart.
Can we just avoid this?
Surprised she got the job in the first place.
They've probably deliberately given her the job so they can have a bit of a laugh at her expense. But the response to the video has been remarkable, and it's a bunch of people that are in the same kind of situation. And again, this is why she's urging parents, when you have a baby, don't just think about how the full name sounds. Think about how it's going to look in the modern world with things like an email at work.
Because expectant parents have nothing better to do.
Well...
Oh, they've got 9 months to think about it, I suppose.
There was a response from a gentleman named Chris Litman. So C. Litman. I'm not going to say it. I'm spelling it out. You write that down. Yeah, now you got it. Samantha Wallow. Yep.
Yeah, I got that one.
How about Tiffany Estes? T. Estes, yeah?
It's easier when I write it down. Try that when you're driving on the freeway.
There's a woman that suffers from a different problem here. Her name's Rachel Kelly, so she cops R. Kelly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, you don't want that one. Might as well just finish with this one. The unforgettable gentleman named Patrick Ecker. You got that one? You're writing that down? There you go, that just landed.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo. Weekday mornings from 5:30 on 6AX.
I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
I feel good.